I'm Leigh-Chantelle from VivaLaVegan.net, and today I'm going to make fried quinoa. What is fried quinoa, I hear you ask? It's just like fried rice, but it's with my favourite quinoa. And you can actually download the recipe for this on my website in the recipes section, so check that out. Now the ingredients that we have on my recipe, I've got 1 cup of white quinoa, 1 cup of red quinoa, 1 cup of black quinoa. They're all the different versions of quinoa. But I just had a mix of all 3 of these in the cupboard, so I've just had 2 cups of the mixed quinoa, so the red, white and black together, and I've also put 1 cup of brown rice in that as well. And I use that for people that don't necessarily like quinoa, and it's just a good way to get people. And I've actually already cooked that, so it makes quite a bit over here, and this recipe is actually going to feed about 6 to 8 people, so it's really good for Christmas, get-togethers, birthdays, barbecues, things like that, that you can bring a massive meal to. A lot of people can eat it and a lot of people will love it. So what we're going to do first, I've got some red capsicum or peppers, and I'm just going to dice them into small pieces. Like so. And red capsicum has a lot of vitamin C, and a lot more than oranges even. A lot of people think oranges have a lot of vitamin C. They don't really, in comparison to a lot of other fruit and veggies. So we're just dicing this up. And I've got 1 red capsicum for this, and I've got about 1/4 of a pumpkin or 1/8 of a pumpkin, depending on how big the pumpkins are, obviously. I'm going to grate that in a second. And whatever else you would add into a fried rice, feel free to add that. I also have some frozen peas, carrots and beans and corn. Peas, carrot and corn that I'm going to put in a bit. And then so we've got the diced red capsicum, and what we're going to do now is grate the pumpkin. So just use a grater and grate that. Watch your fingers, and if you think about all the different colours of the rainbow, that's what we're trying to put into this fried quinoa today, because it will just look pretty. So that's the red capsicum and the pumpkin we've got. We're just going to bring it over to the wok, and pretty much all we need to do is to cook the veggies, or just slightly sort of stir fry them, add into our mix. About half of this is a 1 kilogram bag of carrots, peas and corn, and then we're just going to flavour it with a bit of Bragg's. You can also use soy sauce or tamari in preference. So you could actually put in some garlic or onions, some shallots here, but I'm just going to add this. Okay, so we've just been cooking the grated pumpkin and the diced red capsicum pepper. I'm just going to add some of the carrots, peas and corn into this. So I've got about 1 kilogram bag, so we just want to make sure we're going to use about half of that. You can use more actually if you like. And because they're frozen, we pretty much just need to make sure that they cook a bit, and I had that defrosting on the bench for a while before we used it as well. How it's bright and colourful, that's good. I like it when it's like that. And you can add anything else you like at this stage as well, so like other veggies. There's spinach, some kale, green capsicum as well maybe. You could even grate some sweet potato as well as the pumpkin. And then I'm going to put some Bragg's in here. And Bragg's is like a soy sauce, but it doesn't have alcohol in it. It's not fermented, so it's pretty good. And no preservatives or flavouring. Just put quite a bit of that in here. And it still has a similar taste to soy. And that's pretty much all the veggies cooked. So all we have to do now is add the quinoa and rice mix. So remember, this was my black, red and white quinoa with a bit of brown rice. So we're just adding all of that in. And I cooked that yesterday too. I always find that's good. Cook a few things, you know, the day before so they're ready the next day. You don't have to do as much preparation. And like I said before, this is a really good dish for if you've got to bring something to a potluck or to a friend's party or, you know, barbecue or Christmas. I actually made this one for Christmas most years. And we're just making sure everything's combined, the rice, the quinoa, and all the veggies we've cooked as well, just so to make our fried quinoa. And we also want to get that Bragg's flavouring throughout. You could also add sweet chili sauce. You could also add some nutritional yeast flakes if you like. Whatever you like. So pretty much this just needs to be on the wok until you've actually heated through the quinoa. See how colourful it looks. So yeah, we've got a bright and colourful fried quinoa, and you can just serve that in a bowl. You could serve that on a plate, and remember, bright and colourful. And you could also have this as a sandwich filling, or you could just serve this on a plate with like a slab of marinated tofu, for example, or some tempeh. So I hope you liked that. It's a really, really easy recipe using my favourite quinoa and some veggies, some frozen veggies as well. And see vivalavegan.net for more information.